Right now, a secret is out that could change the monarchy forever. Just hours ago, Buckingham Palace unveiled the first official portrait of William and Catherine as king and queen, and within minutes, social media exploded. But here's what no one is telling you. Catherine is wearing a piece of jewelry that belonged to Princess Diana, and it's a direct message to the world. Before I break down why this matters, you need to hit subscribe right now. This story is moving fast, and if you're not subscribed, you'll miss the critical updates that are coming. Turn on notifications so you don't get left behind. Now, I have to ask you, do you think this portrait honors Diana's legacy, or is it using her memory for PR? Tell me in the comments right now. This isn't just a pretty picture. Royal portraits have been tools of power for over 500 years. When a new monarch releases their first portrait, they're making a statement, and William and Catherine have just shattered multiple rules. Let me show you the evidence. First, they rejected the traditional hierarchy where the king stands alone in front. Second, they chose a setting that feels warm and accessible, not a gold-filled throne room. Third, William is not wearing full military regalia or medals. Fourth, Catherine's dress color is carefully chosen to send a modern message. Fifth, and most shockingly, she is wearing jewelry from both Queen Elizabeth II and Princess Diana. Sixth, their body language shows complete equality. Seventh, there's a hidden detail in the composition that speaks to their vision. Think about what this means. This is a deliberate move to redefine the monarchy. Sources reveal that every detail was approved by William and Catherine themselves. Experts confirm that this breaks centuries of protocol. But here's where it gets interesting. The jewelry choice is what's making people cry. Catherine is wearing a piece that Queen Elizabeth II wore during key moments. That's a nod to history. But she's also wearing a piece that belonged to Diana. Yes, Princess Diana. The same Diana who died when William was just 15 years old. William is now 42. That's 27 years of living without his mother. 27 years of hearing her name, seeing her photos, and dealing with the public's endless comparisons. By including Diana's jewelry in this portrait, William is ensuring his mother is part of his reign from day one. This made people genuinely emotional. Comments are flooded with, "Diana is smiling down," and "he never forgot her." But wait until you hear this next part. The body language in this portrait tells a story that words can't. Research shows that 55% of communication is nonverbal. And in this image, William and Catherine stand as equals, both face forward. Neither is behind the other. This is a visual promise of partnership. Traditional royal portraits always showed the king as the sole power. Not here. This is a radical change. How is that even possible? What does this say about their reign? Let me tell you what really happened behind the scenes. Sources reveal that William and Catherine sat for multiple sessions with the artist. They were actively involved. Catherine had specific requests. William insisted on certain elements. The palace wanted something more conventional, but they overruled it. This portrait reflects their vision, not the institutions. I've been tracking royal portraits for months, and this is unprecedented. Now let's look at the pattern. Royal historians have studied this for centuries. A monarch's first portrait is their mission statement. Look at Queen Victoria. She was 18 in her first portrait, dressed in full regalia, sending a message of strength. Queen Elizabeth II's first portrait emphasized duty and service. King Charles III's portrait by Jonathan Yeo sparked huge debate with its bold style. Now, in 2024, William and Catherine are doing the same. Their message is clear: partnership, warmth, approachability. But here's what the media isn't telling you. This portrait will be displayed in galleries for generations. It could define them for the next 500 years, just like Hans Holbein's portrait of Henry VIII from the 1530s still defines him today. Think about that. One image from centuries ago shapes how we see a king. Now, William and Catherine are creating their own legacy with this single portrait. Is there no limit to how far they'll go? How dare they break tradition? The internet erupted the moment this portrait dropped. Social media platforms trended it within minutes. Some people are calling it a masterpiece, a breath of fresh air. Others are saying it's a disgrace, a betrayal of tradition. Comments are divided. On one side, fans praise the modern touch. On the other, traditionalists demand respect for protocol. Art critics are analyzing every brushstroke. Historians are pointing out hidden details. Royal watchers are comparing it to past portraits. But here's the truth. This reaction is bigger than before. Last year, King Charles's portrait by Jonathan Yeo caused outrage. Some called it magnificent, others cursed. A 2022 portrait of William and Catherine was mocked as wax museum-like, but this time the stakes are higher. This is their first portrait as king and queen. It will hang in history books. The National Portrait Gallery in London houses over 215,000 portraits, and royal ones are the most viewed. This image will join that collection. Experts confirm that royal portraits have evolved. In the Tudor and Stuart periods, they were about power and fear. In the Victorian and Edwardian eras, they emphasized empire and duty. Today, they're personal and artistic. William and Catherine's portrait fits this modern trend, but is that good for the monarchy? Some say yes, it makes them relatable. Others say no, it removes the mystique. Younger generations are already questioning the monarchy's relevance. This portrait could be a response to that. What message does this send to the world? Are we witnessing the end of royal mystique? Now let's talk about the details that most people missed. Look at Catherine's dress color. It's not just any blue, it's a shade that symbolizes trust and calm. William's outfit is simple, no medals, no intimidating uniform. He wants to be seen as approachable. But the jewelry, that's where the emotion hits. The piece from Queen Elizabeth II connects him to his grandmother's long reign. The piece from Diana connects him to his mother's tragic legacy. Diana died when William was 15. That's a child losing his mother. He's now 42, a father himself, carrying that grief for 27 years. By wearing Diana's jewelry, Catherine is honoring her mother-in-law. She's shown grace in handling comparisons, but this portrait makes it official. It's a statement that Diana is part of this new reign. People are crying over this. Comments say, "This made me sob," and Diana would be so proud. But here's the hidden detail, the way they stand. Their bodies are angled slightly towards each other, but both face forward. It's a balance of unity and individuality. Traditional portraits had the queen angled towards the king, showing submission. Not here. This is equality, and that's what has traditionalists furious. They see it as undermining the king's authority, but supporters say it's exactly what the monarchy needs to survive. How can they expect people to respect them if they abandon tradition? What will history say about this portrait? So, what does this all mean? Royal historians have tracked a pattern for centuries. Each monarch's first portrait sets the tone. Victoria's said, "I am strong." Elizabeth said, "I am dutiful." Charles's said, "I am modern." Now William and Catherine says, "We are partners." This is a deliberate shift. They want to be seen as a team, not as distant figures. The portrait will be displayed in major galleries. There are discussions about touring it across the country so more people can see it. Given the online interest, the demand is real. But this is just the beginning. Palace sources suggest that upcoming royal events will build on these themes of accessibility and partnership. William and Catherine are making a statement. Now they have to live up to it. They need to prove this isn't just PR, but a genuine reflection of their rule. The pressure is on, because if they fail, the criticism will be harsh. But if they succeed, they could secure the monarchy's future for another generation. Can the monarchy survive this change? Personally, I think they've made smart choices, focusing on accessibility, emphasizing partnership, balancing tradition with modernity. These feel like the right moves for today's world. They seem to understand that the old ways aren't working. Younger people need a reason to care. This portrait gives them that, but that's just my view. I want to hear from you. Are you team modern or team traditional? Do you think the Diana tribute was touching or manipulative? Is this genuine change or clever branding? Get specific in the comments. Tell me what you liked, what bothered you, what they got right, and what they missed. I read every single comment, and I genuinely care about your opinion. Now, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next. This story is developing fast, and there will be more revelations. Share this video with someone who needs to see it. Drop your thoughts below. And here's a teaser for the next video. I'll reveal the exact conversation William had with the artist about including Diana's jewelry and why one palace insider tried to stop it. You won't want to miss that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.